certain aspects which are unique to Indian regulation. For example, if you look at the requirement for corporate social responsibility, it is also related to corporate governance. So India was the first country to have the contributions for corporate social responsibility mandated under the law. So 5% of the profits have to be allocated towards corporate social responsibility, though not mandatory, but it does impose an obligation on part of the management to report why the corporate social responsibility commitment was not met.
Welcome to Boardroom and Beyond podcast, a show dedicated to exploring corporate governance best practice. I'm Lyndsey. I'm passionate about learning and sharing the culture, historical, legal, and economic influences on corporate governance in different countries and helping companies overcome growing obstacles in a global business world. This podcast is a learning journey taking us to different parts of the world to discover profound and eye-opening differences in corporate governance, understand those differences, and learn how to unlock the mystery of doing business whenever we go. I hope you will enjoy the journey with me. In this episode, I'm pleased to have Mr. Mukesh Butani and Ms. Madhura Bhat from BMR Legal in India to continue the journey with us. Mr. Butani is the founder and the managing director of BMR Legal, a leading boutique attorney firm specializing in corporate international tax and transfer pricing, and also advising on Indian foreign direct investment (FDI) policies. Mr. Bhat is a senior associate at the firm. Mr. Butani and Ms. Bhat will review current Indian corporate governance system and share with us how some of the Indian culture elements have been well carried over to Indian corporate governance system. Ms. Butani will explain to us two major Indian regulation reforms focusing on related party transaction, supervision and disclosure, and goods and service tax reform, the challenge for the regulation reforms, and the enforcement mechanism as part of the regulatory improvements. From topics discussed in this episode, we will understand Indian government's effort and determination on building and maintaining a transparent economic environment to attract foreign investors. We will also review the potential purchasing power in Indian market, which can help us navigate investment opportunities in the market. Hello, Mr. Butani and Ms. Bhat. Welcome to Boardroom and Beyond podcast. I'm so excited to have you both here today for a conversation regarding Indian corporate governance and the impact from local tax regulation. Last year, India was ranked as number 63 on World Bank's Ease of Doing Business list with 14 positions improvement in 2019 and 79 positions improvement since 2014. Indian government has made a series of reforms to attract foreign investment with the flagship Make in India. I'm sure in the global business community, there are many interest and curiosity regarding Indian corporate governance, company law, and tax regulation. To start our conversation today, do you mind to share with us an overview of corporate governance in India?
Well, I think first, let me just address very quickly the index on ease of doing business, which, as you correctly pointed out, has improved in the last 4 to 5 years as a result of a host of measures that the government has taken in general. And they are in relation to policy matters, tax matters, easing up of restrictions on foreign investments, and more importantly, also relaxations under the Indian company law. The corporate governance requirement in India as such is spread across a host of regulations, but the two most important regulations are the Companies Act of 2013 and the SEBI, which is the Securities Exchange Board of India regulations, which is the capital markets regulations that apply to listed companies. So between these two sets of laws, and there are many, many supplementary laws as well alongside these main statutes, the Indian regulations define the framework for corporate governance.
To listen to the rest of this episode, please check our website in the description section below this video. And please subscribe Boardroom and Beyond YouTube channel so you will not miss any future episodes. Thank you for listening.